Alright, hello, and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. How's it going? We're going to do another WIP and chat here. And yeah, I'm not going to get it in the entire section here, but yeah. Alright. So, it's Dreamer Designs Fine Soft Day by Liam Kelly. 120 centimeters by 40 centimeters. 47.2 inches by 15.7 inches, square drill, 52 colors including 2 ABs, which stands for Aurora Borealis, and they're just an iridescent coated type of drill, just sparkles a bit more than regular drills. Alright, so how's it going? Hopefully you're having a good day. I'll just see if I can move the camera if I do end up going towards the top, but I don't know. Alright, 38, 35. Yeah, I was doing O here. This is the upper part of the roof and the chimney, and then there'll be sky just right up at the top here. So, alright. Yeah, played a bit more Animal Crossing before I came on here. Made a few more tools, made a slingshot and all that. Got some sort of stick or pole, vaulting pole that allows me to go across to another part of the island. I don't have a bridge yet, but yeah. Blathers moved in onto the island, so onto my island. So yeah, just that kind of progress. Slow and steady. Just do a bit every day. Yeah, made a slingshot, made a shovel. Got stung by a wasp, like a bunch of bees, wasps, etc. Had to buy medicine. Yeah, that's a common thing. Planted a couple apple trees. So yeah, I will now have apples and pears on my island. So that's cool. And I guess you earn Nook miles to plant different fruits on your island. So that's be kind of cool to have all the fruit or tree-bearing fruits on the island, on an island. That'd be neat. I don't know, so if anybody does play Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Switch, let me know. It'd be nice to like trade fruit, etc. But yeah, only if you want to. Just kind of nice to see, because my coworker has like oranges and 3 different fruits on his island. He doesn't play as regularly. I've just played for a couple days, but he doesn't play as regularly as he probably used to. Yeah, I just do a bit every day with that, so. Yeah, it's just one of those overcast kind of days again. Mom was like saying it might even snow. I don't know, spring is weird around here. All those gloomy days again. Oh well, all good. Yeah, I have a feeling Super Mario Party has a different um, kind of gameplay to it. I think it's more online oriented. I just thought it was like another Mario Party game for the Switch, but well, it is Mario Party, but yeah, just the gameplay I think is online oriented. Unfortunately, I'll just stick with Mario Party Superstars. I just like the old school Mario Party. Alright. Oh, this is like trees here. This isn't part of the roof or the side of the house, but down here is. That can get a little confusing. Yeah, there's still a good other column of house to do in the next column, but yeah, this is a fair chunk of the house. Yeah, the color of the house is a little different than it has been depicted in the original art. Not sure why they did that, but oh well. Guess they didn't have that exact color for this shaded part of the house. Oh, it just seemed like a slight gray tone in the original. Not sure. Oh. It is what it is. Doesn't look too bad. I guess DAC is still doing their new releases, just revealing a few at a time. Not sure if I've seen any of the canvases shown today. Seen a few of them yesterday when I was just scrolling social media there. Oh, some of them are okay. That woman, wow, with the large brimmed hat surrounded by flowers is really colorful and stuff. And there's one with birds in it on a fence, I think. So those are two notable ones. And don't know if there's like a landscape, like kind of cottage country looking landscape with a kind of yacht or sailboat out on the lake or whatever. Out on that body of water. That's a nice looking one. But yeah, if it's a landscape, yeah, I'm probably gonna be into it. Oh, 50 new designs, my word. I'm just lucky to be working away at this one when I can. Well, it's all good. Alright. Yeah, bit by bit. It's pretty easy to get stuck on Animal Crossing. Yeah. Your pockets can fill up pretty good in that game. Pretty quick. Yeah, I've filled my pockets a couple times. I think there's like an item bag where you can stick stuff into as well. Yeah, I made fish bait too from some shelled creature that was buried on the beach and just spitting water from its hiding spot. Just nice subtle little hits if you aren't paying attention. It's a nice little detail. Yeah, and there was some bells, like money buried in the ground too, for some strange reason. Just randomly. And then there's a rock that had like 8,000 or something bells in it. It's just, holy cow. Just never know what you're gonna run into with Animal Crossing. Yeah, not too much going on yet in game, but yeah. I don't know, is the message in a bottle thing like a daily thing? I just received a second message in a bottle today, just along the shoreline there. Yeah, seems like that shows up. Yeah, I guess you like just get into a routine or something when you're in Animal Crossing. Oh, I played renditions of Animal Crossing before, so it's just really nice. Be definitely on your toes if you've played the other versions and still have like active islands with those other versions. Yeah, I think it originally came out on the GameCube, so yeah. I played it on the GameCube for a bit there. Really nice. Yeah, and KK Slider's back, the dog that plays the guitar, so you can buy his music to collect that. Yeah, it's like a collect-a-thon. Just bought it in the Nook store. Really cool. I don't know, the fossils fishing and bug catching is pretty fun. Guess I have like 5 more insects or fish or fossils to collect, and then I guess the museum will get built on my island. Yeah, still living in a tent, but yeah, eventually I guess you build up to making bricks or something, maybe. Yeah, it's very building oriented, do it yourself oriented, which I'm kind of leery of, but there's instructions. He gives you ingredient lists to be able to make that kind of stuff, so that's really cool actually. Makes it easier. I'd approach it that way. Approach to your DIY that way with specific instructions, and then you can find the materials quite easily. So yeah, I'll do building games that way, but if you have to kind of figure out how to build something, that drives me up the wall. Yeah, Blathers the owl still hates bugs. It just carries. That's just canon throughout the franchise. I think Wild World was for the Nintendo DS, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I have a few versions of it, I think. I don't know, I'm sure GameCube games are still around. Yeah, probably not as easy to find these days, but I'm sure they're still around. I still have a GameCube, so. Yeah. Meh. You have Ocarina of Time for the N64. I think I have a couple of cartridges. I could always plug in the N64, because I've never fully beaten Ocarina of Time, but it just keeps coming up. Things to watch on YouTube. Just kind of like a documentary style stuff, like talking about fire temples or, yeah, various dungeon types. Controversies surrounding chanting in the fire temple. It sounded a little too Islamic or something. Yeah, just those little tidbits of facts are pretty interesting. Okay, sideways staple, I think would be next. Okay, 498. All right. How we doing? Okay. 498. Okay. Do. Just basically working on the house on the roof here. There's a lot of those 498 I'm looking at. Alright, just start somewhere here. Just wherever, I guess. Okay, I'll just start over here. I think the Nintendo Switch has an N64 emulator, so I could technically play Ocarina of Time on the Switch, but I also have an N64, so I think it's just easier to plug in the N64, to tell you the truth. So I still have my gaming TV and all that, so I haven't turned it on in a while, but it's just covered with a blanket so my cat doesn't gnaw on all the cords. Yeah, I really don't want to sell any of my game systems. It's just... it'd probably be difficult as all fluff to get N64 games, but probably be really expensive, but I don't know, I just like that, having the physical game, just weird that way. Yeah, I think I just have like the cartridges. I think the case is long gone. I have Banjo-Kazooie in its original case that I bought off of somebody. But yeah, I love those N64 boxes. Those game boxes, really nice. It's a good place to store the cartridge. Is a case per se, but yeah, unfortunately the cases are paper, cardboard, so just gotta be careful with them. But if you're a game collector, it's really nice to display games in their original packaging. Yeah, somebody that has all the Legend of Zelda games in their original cases, sealed up in containers, protective containers. Kinda cool. Guess you have extra copies to play the games, I suppose, if you really like Legend of Zelda. Those are probably unopened games in the protective casing. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, pretty soon games might just be digital downloads eventually. Might not be cartridges or discs anymore. That's what people really want. So much for video game stores, I'd imagine. Just download it right off the video game system that you have, or PC. Yeah, kind of a bummer. I'd have to adjust accordingly, but I'd rather have physical copies of that kind of stuff. It's just how I grew up. I actually wonder in Ocarina of Time if you just talk to Navi, she'll guide you where to go next in the game. Maybe I have missed that kind of point. I don't know. Once I get out of Kariki Forest or whatever it's called, and to the Great Deku Tree, get that first spiritual stone, it's kind of like, where now? I think it's like Goron Mountain, and I think it's some sort of fish's belly or something to get the other spiritual stone. Then you can do the time warp thing, get the Master Sword, and just time travel, and then go from there. And I think you have to switch between kid and adult. Just nice to see the Temple of Time. And then playing a Breath of the Wild on the Switch, the Temple of Time is just like destroyed. It's like, oh, the feels. That kind of hurts, and it's kind of nostalgic too. I guess there are places from like the previous games that are now in ruins in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I kind of watched a video on that. So that kind of living history in the games. That's really interesting. How just certain locations are just changed a bit, but they're incorporated into Breath of the Wild. I don't know, we'll see how this Animal Crossing gameplay goes now that I'm like the night shift rotation. Have to sleep during the day. Yeah, you can probably do like the bulk of activities during the day. But yeah, probably something going on 24 hours a day, 365 days a year in Animal Crossing. There's probably always something to do. Unless you've collected all the fossils and collected everything in game. What do you do after? You just like start a new village or something. I guess animals like would move in on and off the island, or just move in and out of your town, etc. in those games. Yeah, I think that happened to me on the GameCube version. So if you're not active enough, I guess some of the residents just lose interest and like leave. Yeah, it seems very familiar. Oh well, I just figure it out as I go, I guess. Yeah, I have my own workbench just outside my tent, so it's kind of handy. Instead of going to Tom Nook's to tent all the time. Yeah, so you just learn to become independent from Tom Nook, but he's like still there. His two sons or whatever on the island with you. I don't know, it's just the kind of game that slowly builds the more you discover and do. So that's kind of cool. It's a natural progression. Yeah, it'd be kind of boring if you just had everything right off the get-go. So I can see why they did a do-it-yourself angle. Kind of makes sense. Alright, so you've been watching Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. Down below in the description, I put my Facebook profile, my Facebook Echoes of Color business page. It's just basically a website within Facebook, and my Instagram handle. All three I just update periodically. Oh, there's more staple kind of thing up here. So yeah, I'll just keep hacking away at this. Yeah, there's still tons of that. Yeah. So anyway, all the best with your crafting endeavors. Hopefully it's a nice day where you are. It just looks ominous outside. But yeah, all the best. Stay safe with your crafting and hobbies, and see you again soon. Later.